EA put out a short video showcasing the assault ladder, and this is something that's going to give you and your team access to higher ledges and new points of entry, and also this can be used as a ramp depending on the placement angle. So this is going to be a gadget that's going to give players more ways to play, more opportunities to breach a building, for example. So if you decided, hey, there's a lot of enemies in the first floor, we don't want to go through the door or the front windows, we can use the assault ladder and maybe breach the building from a different angle. Also, being able to use it as a ramp, as you kind of saw there in the video, you could place this behind some cover and use it kind of to peek over the cover maybe and head glitch off something. I mean, that's definitely going to be an option. And then, of course, if you're getting shot at, you can kind of back down the ladder and they're not going to be able to see you. I'm going to be interested to see if it's something you can use to maybe bridge a gap between, maybe something's blown out in the building and you want to walk across that, something that's not very far, but still just a way that you could walk across the ladder kind of as a bridge instead of maybe having to get down and, go around or whatever. There's going to be a lot of different ways that I think this can be used depending on the angle placement that it will allow you to place it down in game. But overall, I think this gadget's going to bring a lot of fun new ways and fun new opportunities to play Battlefield 6. And of course, we have a lot of different gadgets in game. We know about the sledgehammer, we know about the assault ladder, and I think those two would be pretty interesting combos. If somebody in your team's running the sledgehammer, somebody's running the assault ladder, you go in, you bust out the floor from the the room above where the enemy's at. That could be some really good ways to get into accessing where enemies are at in a different way than you normally would inside of a Battlefield game. There's going to be, of course, a lot of questions about this. I know a lot of you are probably wondering the same thing when I saw this. I sure hope they have all the glitch spots fixed already, and I'm sure they don't. I mean, that's going to be really hard to judge where everybody could get that they shouldn't get with this. And I'm sure we'll have to deal with some people getting in places they should not for a while until they can get those fixed. But I think this is just going to allow us to have a lot of fun just inside of Battlefield 6 in general. The beta was an absolute blast, and we didn't have a lot of these gadgets to mess around with. So adding all of this stuff in the game, it's going to feel completely different than it even did in the beta. So it's going to feel like not just playing the beta and having that same enjoyment and fun experience we had in the beta, but adding all these new gadgets in is going to make it even more enjoyable, in my opinion, because there's going to be so many options for you to be able to build out how you want to play. Do you want to play assault and use a ladder? Do you want to use a sledgehammer? Or do you want to play engineer and use its gadgets? Do you want to play, of course, any class and use the different gadgets they have available? Do you want to play support and use the mortar? There's going to be a lot of ways that you can combine things with friends if you have friends to play with, or if you meet people online and you can get a good squad together, you can really put some different things together, and it's going to be very, very entertaining, I have a feeling, for those only in Battlefield moments that we get, of course, year after year when a new Battlefield game comes out. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the assault ladder. Does it look like something that you would actually use? And I'm also going to be curious to see where all of these gadgets kind of fall into place, because I think some of them, it's going to kind of make a hard choice, because there's probably going to be several good gadgets there that you're going to want to try out, and it's going to kind of make it hard to decide which one you want to use from game to game. And that might be what it turns into. It might be you use certain gadgets for certain maps, and then certain maps or certain modes, or certain gadgets for other maps and modes. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the assault ladder. Let me know what gadgets you're looking forward to using inside of Battlefield 6 when it launches on October the 10th. And I'll catch you all next time. Peace.